Super Bowl champion banner. And there you can see them linking arms for the moment of unity between the Chiefs and the Texans. Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson dapping it up. So early in the game, Texans ball on third down. Deshaun Watson scrambles right. He's pushed out of bounds, and he's pushed right into the bench next to his buddy, Patrick Mahomes. So that's an adorable moment. I love it. Haters are going to hate, but not me. Then we got Patrick Mahomes. I mean, look, he was Mahoming all night long. He signed that 10-year, $500 million contract, and it feels like it's just worth every penny. Second quarter here, Patrick Mahomes hits Travis Kelce for the 6-yard touchdown. Kelce, also a newly paid man there. So the Chiefs, they led by 10 at halftime. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, 10 for 11, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns on quick passes in the first half, according to Next Gen Stats. But this guy was the talk of the game. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, selected out of LSU and just running off to the races there. The touchdown's 27-yard touchdown there. So the Chiefs, they take the lead 24-7. Let's go to the fourth, though. Chiefs ball. They have a 24-7 lead, and Patrick Mahomes rolls right, and he hits Tyreek Hill there for the 3-yard score. The Chiefs there, they lead 31-7, and here is head coach Andy Reid.
Coach, I'm going to be honest, the talk of Twitter has to be your face mask and how it's fogged up. It seemed like you had a little trouble with it.
Yeah, that was brutal. Yeah, I didn't do very good with that thing. But listen, it will be better the next time. So I appreciate you asking that, though. It was a bit of a mess, but we'll get it fixed up.
Let's go to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Coach, it seemed like Pat really was able to spread the ball around quite a bit in this game, maybe more so than we've even usually seen in previous years. What does it say as far as the chemistry that he's developed with some of these returning receivers, including Kelce?
Yeah, well, listen, I think what you see is a maturity where he's not forcing things downfield. So as a play caller, EB and I sit there and we go, listen, we can call deep throws, but yet he's willing to check this thing down. So we appreciate that and still trust his guys to make plays. It also helps the offensive line. Ball out fast, that's a frustrating thing for defenders. So I thought he just handled and managed the game the right way. And you guys saw the second half, it was a bit wet. It started in the first half, and he's throwing a wet ball around like it's nothing. So he did a heck of a job with that.
We have to stop the run a lot better. We have to put ourselves in better situations on third down to get off the field. We can't give up 17-play drives. We have to get off the field. And we didn't do that. We got to create takeaways. We didn't do that. And give them credit. Obviously, they're a great football team, and they played better than we did today. But those are the things we have to do. The simple act of putting yourself in better positions on third down by stopping the run, and then getting off the field once you are on third down. It sounds very simple, but we have to execute that better.
Aaron Wilson.
JJ, with Patrick Mahomes and his release, how tough is it just to really the kind of pressure you need to get on him, even in the best of circumstances? How difficult is it just to compete against him and to be on top of his game right now?
Yeah, it's very frustrating as a pass rusher. You can win clean around the edge and still doesn't matter. The ball's gone. And that does get frustrating, obviously, but that's also part of what makes him great. He knows the defenses. He knows his offense. He knows where guys are going to be, and he can find the open guy very quickly. He can process that information fast. So you have to do as good of a job you can as trying to get him off of his game. I mean, there's a reason that the guy has the accolades and the money that he does because of the way he plays. Now, that's our job to make it much, much more difficult on him, but you also have to give him credit.
Tough task for anyone to stop Patrick Mahomes, especially at least J.J. Watt there. Now, Cam Newton, he's tweeting out in his signature font. He's ready for game day as the Patriots get ready to play the Dolphins. It's time to Ask the Aces, presented by Ace, the helpful place. And Mooch, all right, we've talked about it a lot this offseason, but will the Pats offense be more dynamic with Cam Newton? He's a more dynamic quarterback than Tom Brady, but what do you think?
Well, he's different, and the Patriots' offense used to be dynamic, but in a different way, from the pocket with Tom's arm. And this is going to be a completely different offense. Josh McDaniels has probably had a real busy summer dialing up and drawing up new ways for Cam Newton to move the football. And you know what? I feel sorry for Miami in the first game having to go to New England and playing an offense they have no film on. They have to prepare against maybe concepts that he has run in Carolina or in college. But they will be very versatile with Cam Newton, with zone reads, with RPOs, with quarterback sweeps, with one-back quarterback powers, throwing the ball from the run on the outside, changing the launch point, all kinds of different ways. And so Cam's got to rhythm up with Julian Edelman and N'Keal Harry in the passing game, and he'll do that over time. But initially, his legs and the versatility of the offenses that he can bring is going to be unbelievably hard to prepare for without any film to show your defensive players.
I am so interested to see how mobile Cam Newton is in that game. Thank you, Mooch. As we take a look at the guy who left New England, Tom Brady, now the Bucs quarterback, facing Drew Brees and the Saints on Sunday. Here's their career numbers head-to-head. I mean, Brees and Brady, they rank 1 and 2 all time in passing yards and passing touchdowns. I mean, these two, we know that they are ballers. So let's get to tonight's headlines presented by Lexus as I bring in James Jones. And James, can Brady keep up with Drew Brees in this game, considering he hasn't had, the off season to kind of get that chemistry going? We saw a little bit maybe tonight with Deshaun Watson, who's trying to get along with some new wide receivers and Brandon Cooks and Randall Cobb. I mean, is this something that you expect for Tom Brady and the Bucs offense too?
Well, I know everybody believes Tom Brady is the GOAT, but no. Listen, I'm telling you right now, Drew Brees, he cannot keep up with Drew Brees and this Saints team. If it was week 4, I would say absolutely Tom Brady has a shot to keep up with Drew Brees and this Saints team. But being week 1, where you got to iron out a lot of those wrinkles, you got to get on the same page. It's much different in the game than it is at practice, than it is throwing these routes on air. You have to play a game. You have to make those mistakes. You have to come in on Monday and correct those mistakes and say, okay, Tom, now I know what you're thinking. Now I know how you want me to run this route when we're playing games on Sunday. It is different in practice. I'm telling you, it's going to be much different on the game. I think they are going to run into some chemistry problems that they're going to have to iron out on Monday, and he's not going to be able to keep up with that offense out there. And Drew Brees, that's been on the same page for a long time with Sean Payton, it's going to be tough on Tom Brady. As great as he is, it's going to be tough on him on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we'll see if all of that work in the offseason in the Florida parks, maybe it's paid off. Who knows? We'll see, James. All right, coming up, we're going to talk about this guy, the rookie. So many people took him in the first round of their fantasy drafts, and I think it was a good idea.